All right, good morning, everyone. YouTube guys, welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. About to say weekend. Week's not started just yet. What's going on? Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday, everyone. If anyone's new here to the stream, my name is Aaron, aka Aaron Trades. I've been trading for about 7 years, and I mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So we'll be here for the next hour and a half, guys. We'll break down gold. We'll break down all other markets as well. So anything you guys do want me to break down, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And we will have a look at the market. So let's just have a... Before we do anything, let's just have a quick look at the news for the day ahead. We do have a UK bank holiday today, guys. So as we can see, the volume in London is a little bit slower. So we'll see what we get today in London. We're creating some pretty big ranges on gold, but it's a UK bank holiday. In terms of news for the rest of the week, let me just make sure you guys can actually hear me all good. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. In terms of news for the rest of the week, US dollar news, we do have federal funds rates on Wednesday, 7 p.m. London time, and FOMC press conference at 7:30 on Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be the big day for the week here in the markets, especially on gold. And there's not really too much after that. It's just gone up to 7:35 here as well. We got the London Open in about 25 minutes as well, guys. So we will see what we get here for the London session. I did just take some shorts pre-London and cut my trade at about minus 20 ticks. But I did also take some buys in the Asian session as well. So we'll be looking for some new trades here today for you guys. And like I say, we will look at all other markets and see what we have for the day. So welcome back, everyone. Good to be back on with you guys. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Took a break from the charts, feeling refreshed, ready to go, ready for another good week. It is the first day back after NFP, so sometimes the markets can be a little bit funny. The first day back after NFP, we've got gold having a little bit of a squeeze higher here, which is interesting. Seeing gold have a little bit of a squeeze higher here. Let's see if we're going to get some trades here today. Before we do anything, guys, let me just do a bit of top down here because we have had this weekly close. I'm not looking to buy gold just yet, guys, so don't be too worried about this having a little bit of a spike here. I'll be continuing to watch it here on my currency chart. But before we do anything, let's do some top down for you guys and see what we got for the week ahead. Because last week on gold, we called this weekly candle very, very, very well. If you guys go back and watch Monday's stream, we were basically drawing before this candle had played out to come up for a nice top wick before then selling off and coming down into a lot of support. So that's pretty much how last week closed. We had this beautiful evening star being printed here, which is the first time, which is very interesting, guys, the first time we have two bearish consecutive weekly closes on gold since we have started the year. So we can see, where are we? Since we started the year, we had a bearish closure here, completely retraced it. We had a bearish closure here, completely retraced it. We had a bearish closure here, couldn't retrace it, and we've had a bearish closure here as well. So I personally, this week, am overall looking for price to come back down into 3,200 here on the futures chart. This weekly is opening and instantly pushing up. So to me, this weekly could be a very nice top wick before we see this candle come all the way down and print something like this. To me, this is looking really nice. We had this really nice evening star here, grabbed the highs, held 3,500, and now I'm looking for shorts on gold back down into 3,200. Now, that's just a overall outlook because it's good to understand, you know, what we did on the high time frame before we drop down to the low time frame. Now, does that mean I can't take longs on gold intraday? We definitely can if we get opportunities to do so. But it's nice just to understand how is the weekly time frame looking and where are we? Because right now we are at some big previous support broken and big resistance, which if we drop down to the lower time frame and have a look at where we are right now, guys. We got this huge support, which got held massively last week. We are also tapping into Friday's high, which is very interesting, without grabbing any of the downside. So to me, shorts on gold here are looking nice. I personally don't really want to be a buy here on gold. I know we are having a little bit of a squeeze up now. I'm just watching here on my currency chart. But I personally don't really like this upside. Why do I not like this upside? Well, we're coming into some big resistance levels where at any point price could go against you. There was really nice buys in Asia, and that was to take advantage of this weekly top wick. But now that we are at this high, I don't really want to be a buyer here. So let's have a look at this 4-hour time frame here, guys. We do have major support here. Look how many times we held this, pushed up, held it, pushed up, held it, before finally breaking it. And now we are coming back up and currently holding it as resistance. So to me here on gold, current liquidity level is this previous 4-hour low, which is sitting around 3260-ish. Call it 3260. After we came up on the futures chart here, we grabbed the previous 4-hour highs, held the resistance, and actually closed bearish. So we're only 40 minutes into this 4-hour candle. And to me, this looks like we could be looking for a bit of a squeeze lower. I don't personally like the longs here. Now, that's not to say that we can't push up. It's more so to say that that won't really be my trade. Because look at this big resistance. You know, at any point, this could go against us. So unless, you know, how could we be a buy here on gold? Unless we actually, you know, close aggressively above this. Like get a nice bullish closure like this. And actually clear this range, then I can be like, okay, cool. Now we're breaking the range. We're closing above the resistance. Maybe now I can start looking for longs. But as it stands right now, I personally like this area to hold and see if you can come back down and tap into, where are we? Let's say 3260-ish. Gold to have a bit of a pullback into 3260. Looks like a pretty decent area to me, guys. So in this London session, remember, all we're really looking to do is... the sound's bad. Check the sound, really. Hey, you guys can hear me all good? Has the sound gone bad? All good? Let's have a look. Is it good for everyone else? You guys on Zoom say it's good? Okay. Cool. All right. Let me see. It looks to be fine on my end. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, cool. Maybe something you're in, man. I'd have a double check, maybe refresh. All good, awesome. Thanks, guys. So yeah, gold is finding some intraday resistance, which, you know, let's say if we are going to have another leg higher, and we're going to have, you know, what gold loves to do is kind of have these like third drives as the highs. You've had this initial drive, you've come up for one more. So if we're going to come up for one more, we'd expect a little bit of a pullback here before we have that third drive, before potentially rolling over. So I am, you know, in the next hour and a half, more bearish than bullish on gold as it stands right now. Unless we start closing back above, let's say 32.72, maybe I can reconsider longs. But as of right now, I don't really want to be a buyer here. Remember, it's a UK bank holiday, guys, so we'll take the volume as it comes. And we'll look at some other markets as well. I mean, you're about to potentially get a... I mean, it's got 17 minutes, but this 30-minute close is going to be very key here. 30-minute, there's our low sitting down just there. And we are... You can see Sam in the background. And we are kind of just breaking levels, holding it and squeezing higher. So there's no reason for me to want to short this again just yet. Like I said, I did take a 20-tick loss here earlier shorting gold. And right now we are just breaking levels and squeezing higher. So yeah, I don't want to be a seller on gold just yet. If I do want to be a buyer as well, guys, it's going to be once we maybe even clear these areas. If we break back above here, fantastic, I can look for some longs. Otherwise, you know, although we're looking nice and bullish now, the previous candles haven't really given us any reason to think longs. But if we do get this breakout, great. Now we can reconsider and see if we can get some longs. So we got London open in about 17 minutes as well, guys. Get a decent squeeze here. Look at this. First sign of volume this morning. Let's see if it's going to continue. The only thing about longs, is this area here. Like, we would have to break this area. Otherwise, if you buy here, there's nothing to say you can't tap into here and it just completely goes against you. So this level here would be a decent level where I would look to manage. So let's see how we're going to react around these highs. It's big area here, guys. So let's see. Finally getting some volume. This is it's actually the most volume we have seen all morning, which is nice. Nice to see some volume coming in. 32.73 is value area high for Friday. Maybe reject from there. 32.73. 32.73. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's a huge level to the left here as well. That's what I'm saying. This is why I wouldn't really want to be a buyer here. Unless we actually break above this area. Me personally, I wouldn't want to be buying here. So if we can get back above that, yeah, great. Maybe we can see if we can get some longs. But as long as we hold this resistance here, I don't really want to be a buyer here, guys. How did the previous hourly close? Remember, it's going to be key to how you trade this hour. You did close bullish. You know, broken above, holding. Starting to reject here already. So it's yeah, I like that. 32.73, yeah. Really nice area. 32.73, yeah. Pretty much where we are right now. Big resistance. I would love to see, not that it has to happen, but I would love to see price close back below and get some decent fake out sells. Just given that every higher time frame is at such a big level of resistance, it kind of makes me tough to want to, kind of makes it tough for me to want to buy this. Like I say, unless we, you know, one bullish 15-minute closure isn't enough for me to get that excited about longs yet. Unless, like I say, you know, we do get like an hourly breakout with the London Open, then we can, you know, we can reconsider. But a 15-minute closure like this isn't enough for me just yet. Or yep, we can have a look. We'll have a look at some other markets here as well, guys. We may as well wait for this London Open on gold. I don't like anything here just yet, so we'll wait for the London on gold. In the meantime, we'll have a look at some other markets. We'll do some top down here. Let's have a look at NQ. I know you had a pretty decent closure on Friday, which gave us a very strong week close. So these were the longs from last week. Let's have a look here, guys. Let's go weekly time frame. Weekly time frame was very strong, very strong here. Look at this huge week closure back above 19,600, which is a big level, big level. And this week is opening and instantly pushing down. So could we say that there's a high chance we're going to tap into last week's high? Yeah, I think so. Again, I wouldn't want to be selling that personally. Let's have a look. We got last week's high sitting just above there. You also got current daily highs, which I think we'll tap into again. We are coming into some big daily support as well. 20,000 as well. Big psychological level. So if I was looking to trade NQ today, I would be looking for longs. Now, where would we be looking for longs? So there's our liquidity levels. Have you ever tried Bookmap to improve your execution? Nah, I'm not a fan of it personally, man. It's not to say it maybe doesn't work. It may work for some people, but it doesn't really help my execution. It kind of gives me more things to think about, which makes me hesitate more. So the opposite for me personally, man. My execution is very bold. Just reading price action. I've tried to look at it before. It just honestly kind of confuses me a bit personally. I know some people that do use it and use it pretty well, but yeah, for me personally, it's not my tool. So if we do want to get long here on NQ, what would we like to see? We'd probably like to see price, see if you can hold above this area. Again, this is why this London Open is going to be very key here. It's going to be key to see if we can actually hold above this level and continue buying, or if you're going to hold it and have a little bit of a pullback first. Maybe come back down and retest these lows before squeezing higher. 12 minutes till this London Open is going to be very key here on NQ, guys. This is a big level. Big level. Lots of key areas today on most markets. I'm still watching gold here, guys. Starting to reject a little bit on gold, but you know, it's not my short yet, and it's also not my buy yet. If I want to short gold, it's going to be closures back below 32.67, and I'll look to sell gold for a decent trade. And if we do wait for price to actually close below this area before going short, you know, down into these lows, we're talking at least a 64 tick trade, which at 1 mini is a $600 trade. It's a very nice push. So I'm happy to let that come to me. Same with ES. Yeah, we'll have a look at Have a look at ES as well. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at. Have a look at. Yeah, have a look at ES. Then we'll have a look at copper as well. We just had a look at copper pre-London. ES having a bit of a squeeze lower here, which is interesting. Let me go. Daily again. Yep, nice. You got previous weekly highs, which does look very interesting. You have some nice upside levels this week. 4-hour time frame. Again, big resistance. Let's get rid of some of these levels. You broke above 5,600. Big resistance, but would I want to be a seller here on ES after last week's close? Not really. Holding some big support there. The thing is, if I do want to, if I was looking to buy this to come up into these areas, into this weekly open, it's a pretty strong push down here in Asia today. Pretty strong push down, so I wouldn't really want to be buying against that just yet. I'd like to see a bit of a breakout here. Again, remember guys, it is a UK bank holiday, so we'll take the volume as it comes, but this is also big resistance, big support. Two big areas here. Two big areas. So let's see how we're going to react around here. If you close below with volume, could you come down and target the lows around 5660? Yeah, possibly. But again, if you do short it, remember you're shorting against last week's close, which is obviously a little bit riskier. But if that's your riskier play, then you can always be open to it. But for me personally, I would want to be following this this big push up. I want to be following the markets rather than trying to fight them personally. Silver and copper, yep, absolutely. Let's have a look at silver. Let's have a look. Sorry, silver. I said let's have a look at silver and typed in copper. Let's have a look at copper. We got 9 minutes until this London's going to open here, guys. 9 minutes. And then we'll see how this Audi closes on gold. Let's get rid of all this analysis here for a second. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame here on copper. What did we do? Let me just move this over. We held some massive support on the monthly. This is a big monthly support. We're also holding some pretty strong weekly support. We have some nice weekly highs around $5 as well as a good target. $5 looks like a pretty interesting level for this week. Daily time frame. Got a nice area up there. It's pretty far away to say just yet. Decent bounce off this support, which is interesting. So daily is looking pretty bullish. Let's have a look at the 4-hour. Wow, look at that strong break already. Huge. No, a little, very small bottom wick there. But looking pretty strong here on copper. Where could you buy copper up into? If you do, let's go down to the hourly time frame. Here. Could be looking for a pullback on copper, maybe back up into 476-ish. Looks like a bit of a decent range. You're already getting some pretty strong volume here, though. This is a big push. Really big push. Again, I'd be seeing how this hourly closes, but if this hourly closes like this, yeah, I would look to continue pushing this higher. I certainly wouldn't want to be selling it, so with it looking as bullish as it is, for the next hour, which is what we're looking for trades in, we're trying to think about what can happen in the next hour that we're going to be here for. I wouldn't want to be shorting that, that's for sure. So I'll be saying if you can hold above in 7 minutes, drop down to the lower time frame, and then see if you can continue buying here. Copper looks good to continue breaking higher. You're getting the first breakout since we opened here. Asia didn't really do much in copper. Now you're starting to get a pretty decent breakout. Let's have a look. Where's silver? SI. So I've never traded silver, but let's break it down. How's gold looking, guys? Let me just have a quick look at gold. Let's see. Gold. Trying to squeeze higher. I still don't really like these buys on gold, guys. I'm gonna see the London Open here on gold. Let's have a look at silver. Again, let's have a quick look at the weekly time frame. It's just important to understand how did last week close. So last week closed pretty bearish. Pretty bearish, holding resistance. This is a pretty strong open though. It's a very strong push up. Very similar to gold. Let's have a look. Daily grabbed the highs, closed bearish on Friday. So I'd be looking for this to continue pushing lower, but this is a pretty strong push up. 4-hour time frame, holding massive support down here, and now you're having a bit of a squeeze. Would I want to buy silver though? Not really. Again, it's kind of similar to gold. Like I wouldn't want to be a buyer here, to be honest. So could you look for sells on silver? Could you look for sells again? 5 minutes is gonna decide if we close it as bullish as this. Well, I wouldn't want to be selling it, and I also wouldn't want to be buying it. I personally don't like silver for an opportunity in the next hour or so. Only with this big of an area that you're coming into, and even if you do close bullish, we are still coming right into resistance. So if you try and short at that resistance or buy at the resistance, you could get in some pretty tricky situations. So silver for me personally in the next hour that we're going to be trading for, I personally wouldn't want to be trading that. It's had a pretty decent push up there. Oil, yep, we can have a look at oil. The euro, yep, absolutely. We got London open in about 5 minutes as well, guys. London open incoming. And gold's looking like we're going to get a strong hourly close actually. So could we be looking for longs on gold? Possible. Let's get rid of this for a second. Yeah, I really need to see how gold's going to react around here. Look, even this time you closed really bullish with good volume right at the resistance. So he looked really strong, which if you tried to buy the next candle, went straight back down. So this area is going to be really key here to watch. Let's have a look at oil as well. We got London open incoming, guys. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of all the analysis for a second. Let's do a bit of top down here. See what we got for the day. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, man. Good morning. Welcome back. Let's have a look. Let's do a bit of top down here again. Weekly time frame on oil. How did we close last week? Wow, look at that gap down here. Closed pretty bearish last week. Having a bit of a gap down. Instantly wicking higher though. Big support being formed. Massive daily rejection already. Look at this. So you had that gap down. Pulling back already. Oh, that's a big gap as well. Huge gap. What's that? That's a strong gap there. Gold getting a pretty strong push here, guys. I'm glad we didn't re-jump in shorts on that. I mean, oil. What is there to really? What's there to really say on oil? You've had a huge gap down. You're creating a bit of a range. Could you come up and fill in this this little top of the Asia gap? Yeah, probably. Would I want to be trading this after this huge gap? Not really. I think there's going to be way nicer opportunities than that, personally. I don't really like to trade that big of a gap on oil, especially when you've had such a big range here as well. Oil again. Oil. I think there's going to be nice opportunities. I think gold, if gold can break out, you get some nice opportunities. Oil is looking pretty messy. You're at resistance. You're at the high of where the gap opened, and you're just kind of just in a bit of a range. I've never been a fan of day trading oil anyway, but to me, you'll get much nicer opportunities than trying to figure out what's going to happen on oil in these ranges. So yeah, I personally would be very, very patient with oil. I don't think there's anything too nice on that one. I think we'll get nicer opportunities today. We got London open in about 2 minutes here, guys. 2 minutes. Let's have a look at gold. Hourly looking like we're going to actually break out here, which is going to be interesting. We did take a little loss here on gold pre-London. I got short on gold around here. Was it here or yeah, here? Sorry, not long. I wish I got long. I got short here on gold pre-London around this candle. Once you grab the highs and close bearish, looking for this to come down into this double bottom. I cut that about minus 20 ticks once you kind of failed to drive. And you kind of ranged a little bit and then had the squeeze. So I took a loss here pre-London, and I took some buys here in Asia. So I've had 2 trades today on gold so far. 1 win and 1 loss. Let's see how we're gonna hold this resistance. We've got this London Open in about 1 minute here, guys. Euro, yep. As soon as we get this London Open, man, I'll have a look. Well, gold's probably just gonna close bullish. I don't think I'm gonna be trading gold today. Not in this London session, anyway. Yeah, let's have a look at the euro, man. Yep. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, gold having a squeeze, but still, there's no opportunities for me on gold. I still don't like buying 4-hour resistance. Let's get rid of all this for a second, man. Let's have a look at the euro. Weekly time frame, massive resistance. Came up and tapped into some huge weekly highs from back in July. Bearish close last week, very similar to gold. To me, this looks like you're gonna have a bit of a rollover here. Very similar to gold, which would make sense. Big daily resistance. So again, I like this for shorts. If I was going to trade the euro, I'd like it to come back down into these areas. Let's have a look. London Open just opened here, guys. So if I was looking to short the euro, where would I want to get short? Currently a pretty decent head and shoulders right now, to be honest. It's a pretty decent area. Oh, what have I done? I don't know, I've just broken it there. Big resistance. How did the hourly just close here for the euro? Let's have a look. Came up, grabbed the highs, closed bearish. Yeah, if you can re-break the lows here on the euro, I think the euro looks good for sells. Yeah, gold selling off. Yeah, this is why I'm not buying gold here, guys. Gold's having a bit of a sell-off here instantly as well. I'm looking for gold to break low and see if I can go short. Same as the euro. The euro looks good to short as well. I wouldn't want to be a buyer here personally. That's a pretty steep rejection though. So if you want to short the euro, I would have to see price close back below this level. Then I could look for some decent shorts here. Back down into 1.132 looks pretty nice. But that's a solid rejection. Let me just have a quick look at gold, guys. Yeah, instant rejection right at the last couple of minutes there on gold. That's what gold loves to do, guys. Don't get too excited about gold looking bullish. It can look bullish right until like the last couple of minutes. And if you jump in longs before the hourly closure, it can instantly wick against you, which would have just wicked against you about 43 ticks. So this is why I don't get too excited about this on gold. Why do I not get excited about these longs? The hourly is at very, very big resistance, and so is the 4 hourly, and so is the daily as well. So I still want to be shorting this. I know some people are looking for longs, but I personally don't want to buy gold. I want to be selling gold. And if I want to be selling gold, it will be a closure back below here with volume. The face cam? Oh no, we're broken. Oh, I look like I'm crying. Yeah, let me fix that. Let's not do that. There we go. So yeah, closure back below here on gold. I want to see if we can short this for a decent pullback here, guys. Like I said, I don't like buys here. I don't like buys. But yeah, that's why you don't want to get too excited about gold right at the last couple of minutes. You know, if it's gonna close bullish, and the next hour is gonna bottom wick anyway, so you may as well just wait for the close. And that's what gold loves to do. Gold can look so bullish. Literally right until the last couple of minutes of the hourly. If you jump in longs before it's closed, it can just wick right back down and you can get stopped out very quick. That's what gold loves to do. So I'm going to see if we can close back below this area and see if we can get short. Now I do want to see a fake out. Again, it has to close back below. If it continues pushing up, like I say, guys, it's not my trade. I'm not interested in buying daily resistance. I was buying buying in Asia because you were back down at the support. I took buys here in Asia. I was buying up into the resistance, but now you're at the resistance. I don't want to be a buyer here personally. Like I say, that's not to say you can't go higher. It's just me personally, I don't want to be buying resistance. I'll look for sales if you can close back below. If you can't close back below, that's fine. We'd have to frozen again. Oh no! Why do I keep doing that? Apologies, guys. We're back. I don't know why it does that. cameras. Yeah, I don't know what happens. If I ever traded Bitcoin, a handful of times. I've never really day traded very much. But we can absolutely have a look at it. Hey Nate, what's going on, man? Yeah, pretty rangy today, man. Nothing too exciting just yet. Just waiting for a bit of volume on gold. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Wow, look at that. Remember on Friday, guys, we said we were buying up into these highs. You tag these highs and you've had a huge rip back down to 95 again. I just deleted my key levels there back, so let me go back. I want to delete these. I want to keep my higher time frame levels on here. So what have you got? You got 100,000 above, support at 95, huge bounce off 75. So let's put 90 on there. Could you pull back into 90s before you see the push back into 100s? Yeah, possible. Very possible. Pretty decent closure last week as well. Very, very decent closure. So let's see if you can come down, maybe grab last week's low and then see if Bitcoin can continue filling up into 100. Gold is trying to find some resistance here, guys. I would love to see fake out sells on gold. And you could be looking for a really decent short here. I much prefer the sells than the longs here. Like I say, even just to pull back into that, back down into these lows would be a very, very nice trade. Back below here, confirm the fake out. Talking about a 74 tick range, which are one contract, that's a $750 trade. It's a very, very nice trade. But this is why I said don't get too excited about the longs here, guys. This is why I'm not buying gold. But if we can start breaking back below, I will absolutely see if I can short it. But yeah, I want to see this candle actually close below, confirm the fake out, confirm volume, and then I can execute. Let's have a look. You can see in NQ. Oh, grab the highs faked out. You probably see that squeeze lower as well. 5-minute closure below a 30-minute level support isn't enough, man. If it's a 30-minute level of support, you have to see a 30-minute closure. What did the last 30-minute do? Last 30-minute closed bullish. So a 5-minute bearish close against that isn't enough to take a short, man. Definitely not. Oh, you could just get faked out. You execute on the 5-minute once your higher time frame has confirmed the move. Well, previous 30-minute closed bullish, so it hasn't confirmed yet. Targets on gold would be backed out at 32.60, which is these lows here. Because I believe you're going to get a lot of people probably trapped in some longs down here. You never really re-grab these lows before the push up. So I would say back down at 32.60, if not to come and retest these levels around 32.55. Looks like a pretty decent pullback area. I like price to pull back. If you do pull back into here, it almost looks like a very large, whether it's going to hold or not, we'll see. But it looks like a pretty interesting potential head and shoulders. So I'll be looking for, yeah, pull back into these areas. Then what happens down here? I'm not too sure. I don't really think that much. But what I do like to see is this is a nice level that pullbacks into this area would make a lot of sense. So I would probably just be targeting these lows here. I think that'd be a pretty good intraday trade. Like I say, if you close back below this level, this range is about 60 ticks, which is very nice. This is a $600 trade. I'm happy to give that a shot. But I need to let that 30-minute come to me. Yeah, it is a UK bank holiday, but London isn't the only markets in the European session, man. Plenty of European markets still open. But yeah, we have said we are open to it being a potentially slower session. But it was also a yen bank holiday, and gold moved like 300 ticks today, which was beautiful. 300 ticks today. But yeah, so we have to be a little bit more patient today. A little bit more patient. Yeah, I'd have to see a I have to see a 30-minute body actually close. I want to see this candle confirm a fake out. So a fake out would be, yeah, a strong body like this. You had a strong closure below, strong closure back above, something like that. So I want to see at least this body close like that, big strong body. Doesn't necessarily need to be like below these wicks here, but just anything below this area. Because this is a strong resistance level. You broke above, you held at support. Like, could you just continue ranging in here? Yeah, possible. So if I want to go short, I want to see the price actually break this level, give me a pullback, and then I want to short it. Otherwise, like I say, you could just hold this and keep pushing up, or just continue to range, which I don't want to get stuck in a range. Gold can have some fantastic liquidity levels, but if there's no volume, you can chop. You can chop. Which is looking like we are doing. Which, if we again, if you're wondering why am I not looking at the 5-minute? Well, if the 30 minutes ranging right now, the 5-minute will be even worse, and that can kind of chop you up even more. Like look at these aggressive ranges, big aggressive ranges here. And I tried to give shots a try earlier, but as soon as I see it starting to range, I cut my trade straight away. So I was looking for this before, you know, something like that. Looking for this big play down. As soon as I see this close bullish after we have been pretty range bound, cut it straight away and just wait. Then it would have ended up stopping out full anyway. So don't take too much from the 5-minute if the higher time frames are ranging. We want to be using the higher time frame to understand what we do on a lower time frame, so we can know if there's volume or not. Tried to short strong hourly bullish candle before massive rip up. Yeah, that was that Asia push. Asia push here today. That's where I got long here. Once I saw this candle rejecting with 2 hourly equal highs, that's where I got long here today. I only got long into this hourly high before it then ripped one more. But yeah, what the 30-minute close bearish. Yeah, close bearish. But as soon as you see this one grab the lows and close bullish, like that's a great buy right there. That was the buy in Asia today. Here. That buy there. Once I saw this candle come down, grab the lows and start to reject, I looked at hourly, I was like, yeah, these highs are beautiful. I wish I'd known, but I didn't know it was going to rip up this much. I took about 50 there, something. He was a good guy. Everyone's saying oil, let's have a look. Yep, coming in for that gap. Nice. Decent push up though, unless you were already in it from down here. Buying it here was kind of risky, but having a decent squeeze there. Very decent squeeze. Which is interesting. Is what's copper up to? Yeah, same as copper. Copper has actually broken out. Copper looks nice if you can re-break some highs and fill this range. Definitely looks nicer than gold. Gold trying to get back higher again, but it's not my long. NQ grabbed the highs, broke back below. Looks like a fake out to see if you can squeeze lower, but again, is it that clean? And do I want to be selling NQ after last week's close? Not really, personally, guys. Not really. A lot of ranges here. A lot of ranges. Other than oil, oil is probably having the nicest push. Again, same with ES. You know, you came up, grabbed the highs, closed bearish, but look, you're right at support as well. So you're in two pretty tough areas. I think most markets are pretty tough areas today, guys. Pretty tough areas, especially gold. Gold's starting to re-break back higher. This is why again, so I don't want to sell it just yet. Although I'd love to see it break back below. I have to see it break back below if I want to go short. Otherwise, you could hold above it and just kind of chop into here for quite a while, which the worst trades can be when you get stuck in ranges on gold. Came up, grabbed the highs, closed bearish. Came up, down, grabbed the lows. Potentially going to close bullish again. You can see how choppy this price action is. Happy Monday, traders. Happy Monday, man. Happy Monday. Remember, guys, it's Monday as well. You know, we got plenty of time here. We don't feel like we have to force anything right away. If we do get these fake out and we can go short, amazing. We don't have to rush anything here. Don't have to rush anything. Some fantastic trades last week as well. Some very, very nice trades last week. Took a decent payout on Topstep on Friday as well, which was nice. Had about 3,000 payout on Topstep on Friday, which is cool. I think May should be good. You know, April was a fantastic month as well. April was a fantastic month. I'm expecting May to be another good one on gold as well. Yeah, DAX would be cool. Yeah, I know quite a lot of the people who do trade DAX. I haven't traded it personally. I have looked at it a few times though. It does look very nice. It looks like it moves pretty well. We started to watch it. I did see some nice moves on it. Times London finish in Melbourne? I'm not too sure, man. You can probably just search down Google Map. It'll probably help you. London will probably be about 5 p.m. So you just type in 5 p.m. London time to wherever you are, man. Probably be some crazy time in the middle of the night, I would assume. Like, I don't know, like 3 a.m. or something maybe? I'm not really too sure. Pretty late, I would assume. We're only 50 minutes into London Open as well here, guys. Nothing too much happening. You can see these 15-minute candles are creating some pretty aggressive wicks. Pretty aggressive wicks. And you're grabbing the highs, closing bearish, failing to close below the support, failing to close below the resistance. So as much as I would love to scalp a trade here with you guys, gold is not going to be it in the next 15 minutes anyway. I know it's not what we want to hear, but it is what is the reality. DAX is fantastic in Euro. Yeah, nice. Yeah, yep. I've seen a lot of people trade it pretty well. A lot of people do trade it well. Closure's back below here, guys. Now we'll go short, but I need to see price actually close below this support on at least the 30-minute time frame. Better not to take a trade than a bad one. Yeah, absolutely, man. Very true. Not trading is also trading, man. Protecting your capital. That's your main job here. Protect your capital, make money second. When do you retreats, guys? You have trouble executing trades in Vietnam, Indonesia because of the blacklisted. No, we're not. You know, we're not residents of that country. We don't trade them when we're there. They're, you know, Topstep even give people. Topstep are kind enough to sponsor the Vietnam retreat, but we don't have anyone actually from Vietnam. And if to use codes post retreat as well. But if you're actually from that country, yeah, you're definitely not allowed. But we were just there on vacation for a week, learning for the week, and then trading post retreat. Definitely not worth the risk. Goldie just ranging here, unfortunately, guys. Unfortunately, because say it is a UK bank holiday, I hope we do get some volume. I do like these shorts on gold, but I don't like these ranges. Very, very choppy. 1 minute you're grabbing lows, next minute you're grabbing highs. It's yeah, it's a little bit of a tough one on gold. Copper trying to break back higher as well. You could get some fake outs and squeeze copper into the range. And Q having a dip lower here as well, guys. If you're going to continue breaking out, back down at 2,000 looks like a pretty logical area. Patience will pay, guys. Patience will pay. I do like, you know, for you guys who are going to trade into the New York session, I do like this liquidity down here. There's a lot of ungrabbed lows here, which do look very nice. Very nice. But we don't want to just start selling it for the sake of it just because we want price to go down. We have to let the markets come to us. But look at this weekly time frame. To me, this looks like a fantastic top wick to see if you can roll over. That's why I don't really like buying this. It's such a big level where I want to see see if these sellers can push gold lower, but we're just not really getting the volume. That's the thing with gold. Sometimes on gold, if there's no volume, you can have the perfect technicals, but there's no volume, we're not doing anything. You can, fake out a lot, and you can give back a lot of your profits trying to trade in tough ranges. So if you can accept the range and understand it as quick as possible, you can save yourself a lot of losses. Don't try and fight the ranges. We're not going to range all week, and we're not going to range all day. And by the time you do break out, if you give back all your profits, you're not going to have any trades to take. You want to save that mental capital for when the markets are actually breaking out. And when you're in these ranges, as frustrating as it may be, it's Monday morning. It might be a little bit frustrating, but like I say, we're not going to be in this range all week. So don't take loads of trades and loads of losses, and then by the time the markets do break out and give you a good opportunity, you got no risk to take. Look at GBUSD. Yep, we can look at the pound, which is just 6B here on the futures. Not quite HB, 6B, pound futures, which is the same thing, man. Let's have a look. Here, look at the euro as well. I imagine it's pretty similar. Yeah, to me, this looks beautiful to roll over as well. This looks great for shorts. You came up, you tagged some major weekly highs here, held this huge resistance, and actually closed bearish last week. So this week, I'd be looking for price to come back down into, again, 32, no wait, where is this? 1.323, it looks like a nice area. These weak lows look very, very nice. So I'm surprised you get such a strong push at the open here. Let's see. These lows here look good. This is a pretty decent weekly closure. 4-hour time frame, looking like you're trying to form a nice evening start to squeeze lower. I would imagine a lot of people are probably trying to buy this, which is why I think sells here would be good. I would say if you do want to go short, I would like to see price. Let me get rid of this for a second, guys. Put this full. Let's have a look. I'd like to see price probably break back below this area. It's a pretty strong support there, which if you close back above in 38 minutes, you wouldn't want to sell it. But if you can actually start wicking back below and re-break the lows, yeah, I'd be looking for this for a decent short. Could you come up and maybe squeeze a trend line first? Maybe, but again, like I said, it's kind of similar to gold. I look at that weekly time frame and the daily time frame, and I go, wow, that's a huge resistance level. I'd want to be following the fact that last week wicked out some major highs and had a huge rejection and a very strong bearish closure after being bullish for like 1, 2, 3 weeks. To me, this looks good for a pullback. So I would want to be a seller here on the pound. And if I would like to be a seller, it would be if you can close back below the support, and I'd be shorting it all the way back down into these lows. About 32.65 looks like a very decent short here. Which I'm not sure if that's what you were looking at, man, but that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So let's have a look at gold, guys. Gold's still chopping a bit, unfortunately, guys. I was hoping we were gonna get some volume. I'm not trading my London account in these ranges. I took a 20-tick loss earlier, and I'm not trading it. I'm up on my Asia account here, so I'll be happy to risk some of the profits on this one. But I don't want to give it. Yeah, just give me a second to answer, man. I'll answer it for you. Spamming the questions 3 times. Give me a sec to answer. I'll answer it for you. If we get some volume, I'll trade it. But I'm up here on the getting aggressive. Getting aggressive on a Monday morning. Nah, I'm just joking. But yeah, I took a 20-tick loss in it, so I don't really want to trade that anymore because I don't really like these ranges. So if I was going to trade this range, I'd be happy to risk some of my Asia profit, but I don't want to force this range on my London account for the sake of it. So Yeah, just being a little bit patient. I kind of want to save that for some good trades. But yeah, it's looking pretty choppy today, unfortunately, guys. Maybe a shorter one than normal. Unfortunately, we had like many of good trades last week on stream, but it looks like most markets are ranging. Like I say, it is a bank holiday, so you know it is expected. But like I said, you guys don't get annoyed with the ranges. Don't get frustrated. We just, like I say, we just have to accept it, and we're not going to be ranging all week. So you can try and trade in the range. You can force it. You can take losses, and then by the time the markets do break out and give you a good opportunity later on, you're going to kick yourself for forcing the trade. Whereas if you stay patient, you sit on your hands, let the markets come to you, you know, you'll get your good trade today. If not, cool, you get it tomorrow, who cares? Your job isn't to trade every single day. Who's in oil? Yeah, you guys still riding oil? Everyone's doing the longs, yeah. You guys didn't give me the signal on that one. Really, really strong breakout there. Huge push. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Free info ASAP. I know, I'll do better next time, man. I'll do better. Yeah, lovely push in oil. Yeah, you guys are in oil. Well done. Very, very nice push. I don't day trade oil, but it's a very, very nice breakout there. Probably the nicest push across all of the markets here. Gold's ranging, NQ's ranging. I think copper's ranging as well. Now copper's trying to break out, but oil looks like it has had the nicest of pushes. Very, very nice push. Remember, guys, you got D coming on right after me as well, about 9:30 London time. So be sure to stay tuned here on the Topstep YouTube channel. What a push! Lovely, lovely push. Yeah, I missed out on that one. You guys didn't give me the signal on that one. For you guys who are in oil, where did you guys get it from? I don't day trade oil, but where did you guys get it from? Like down here? There's a really nice push. What time is that? Right at the London Open, came down, grabbed lows, closed bullish. Big push. Whilst gold's still asleep. I think gold's taking a long weekend today. Yeah, a lot of you guys got an oil. Well done. Very nice. Uh, 55.9. Beautiful. You got it from... Wow, very nice. Yeah, you got it from back down at the support. Pre-London. Amazing. That's amazing. Great entry. That's the thing. That's why, you know, by the time I started looking at oil, it was kind of tough because you were all the way up here. But if you were getting in longs, you know, once this broke out from this support, yeah, amazing. Also, great hold. Very, very good hold. Good job on actually holding the trade. That's a very, very strong push. You got it from what, 55... 55.40. Whoa. 55.40. Wait a minute. Wow. I actually got it from 55.30. Nah, that's a great entry. Amazing, good hold. Yeah, I've got it from the lowest wins. That's a great push. Yeah, take profit on the oil bangers. And that's the thing. I can never trust breakouts in oil because it can just completely just wick back down as well. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good job. Very nice call. Very, very nice call. Whilst gold's still asleep. Look at these ranges. This is what I hate when sometimes I draw levels on gold, and when I see I've got too many levels, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of pretty tough. Pretty tough here on gold, you guys. So zoom, guys. Give me 2 seconds. With that being said, guys, it's a UK bank holiday. We have been on for an hour. We broke down all markets, which has been great breaking down for you guys. But we're looking pretty messy here for the day, guys. So I don't want to make you guys force trades in this range for the sake of it. So I think I'm going to take my Asia win here. I took my little loss in London. And I think I'm going to take a little break and let price come to me. I need to see much more breakouts than this and much more volume. So with that being said, I will let you guys go a little bit early. We still jumped on for an hour. But stay patient in these ranges, guys. Price is looking very choppy. Don't feel like you need to force a trade. Let the markets come to us. We will break out at some point, if not today, tomorrow, and we will get our good trades. So stay patient, guys. Don't force it. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.